Hello, friends, and welcome back. Happy Friday. How is everyone doing? Welcome, welcome. It is good to be back. Hi, Madame. Hi, Cookie. Hi, Ampersand. Kitsch Monsters on vacay, and they're going to meet up with Kitchen Confidence, another food and drink streamer. That's exciting. How was everyone's week so far? It's been kind of like a crazy week. Yay! I think with the full moon and stuff, interesting things have been happening. Flood City, thank you very much for the 100 bits right off the bat. I will accept the love. I hope you are well. Hello, Derp Squad Dave. Have no fear, the Derp Squad is here. Good to have you. Happy Friday, Hot Carl. Hello, Nessie. The moon was so gorgeous, hey? I was like, Sammy, it's a full moon. He's like, yeah, Kate, it's the hunter's moon. I was like, oh, I never really thought of that. So it's right in between Sam's birthday and his dad's birthday. So they always typically go hunting on that full moon. Why? Because you can see so much. So you can go out early and get hopefully something to eat, right? So that was really interesting. Makes sense. Lurking and working, Eric. Whew. Well, it's your last day of work though before the weekend though, so hopefully you're not working too hard. And what else? Other than that, I filmed another video for YouTube yesterday, so after stream today, I'll start editing that up again. It was really fun. And oh, we got our other kitchen shelf in, so that's awesome. Let me see. I might be able to just swivel this camera so you can check out how I set it up, but it feels so good. So it should be a much more workable space today. Oh, no, I can't because of how the battery is in there. That is a-okay then. All right, so we're cooking some Spanish food today. Well, the soup we can say was brought into our life by a fellow viewer. I believe it was Ron_EP who suggested for us to make the Sopa de Garbanzo, which is a Spanish soup with chickpeas. It's simmered with typically chorizo sausage. I was not able to find that yesterday, sadly. So we'll do a mixture of a couple different sausages and then some smoked pork inside of there all get simmered together. So nom. And then pretty simple dessert, I would say. The Basque Cheesecake. This is something that I have eyed up for so long. It's literally a burnt cheesecake with no crust. So there is a bit of flour in there, but I think if you substitute for gluten-free flour, this could be a fully gluten-free dessert. If that's what you're looking for. Madame is on a provincial-wide PD day, doing an online PD course, which means the Zoom meeting is on and you're watching TikTok and now Twitch. Perfect. Just don't want to do the online courses. Really glad you were just graduating when the pandemic started. Yeah, I can't even imagine trying to learn in that sort of environment, right? Really interesting. You got this, Madame. And just know that all of the kiddos are very thankful for you. Yeah, they had mild and hot Italian, and then this other variety they had was red pepper and Asiago. So I got two hot Italian sausages just for like the kind of spice from the chorizo. And then I got 3 of the Asiago red pepper sausages. And then for our smoky pork, I didn't find a smoked pork hock either, but Sam smoked us some side ribs yesterday on the Traeger. So we're gonna literally put the ribs, because they're heckin' insane, into the soup and let those simmer and then pick the meat off. Best ribs he's made yet. And I know we say that all the time, but wow. I don't know if it was just the pig that it came off of. Amsan, can you add chocolate to the Basque cheesecake? I don't see why not. This is my first time ever making the recipe, so we're gonna keep it really traditional. If anything, if you're kind of wary about adding it right into the cheesecake, is why don't you do a little drizzle on top or something like that? That's the nice thing about this cheesecake today is it can get topped with so many different items, whether you want to go fresh berries or like Amsan said, maybe some chocolate. Or I know when we were talking on Monday about this recipe, Trev was like, what about some caramel? And I was like, yeah. What? Someone slashed your car tire, madame, in your parkade? Wow, that is unfortunate. People, right? Draconic Ocelot, thank you for the follow. And I forgot to welcome in a couple other follows. Jacob Daxon, as well as Drunk Cooking. Hello, friends. Welcome. Hi, Vicariously Through You. Yep, we're doing good. We are doing good. I think that's all we have to do to catch up today. I don't think I have anything else. That's about it. Okay, I'm pulling up these recipes for myself. So I think we'll start with the cheesecake first today. Get that baking in the Traeger, and then we can work on our soup. Check this out. Really interesting. I don't think we've ever used this on stream before, but dried chickpeas. And then we just soaked them in water overnight. We started with a pound, which was like up to here. And then I added 2.5 liters of water, and you can see how much they absorb and expand. So cool. And yeah, those were on sale yesterday, so this is how they start out looking. Like $4 for this 4-pound bag. I was like, that's amazing. See, I told you that we always luck out having things on sale. I don't know how I do it. Also got some rando coffee still this morning. So delish. All right, so prep list. Do up our Basque cheesecake. Love the recipe. It doesn't have a ton of ingredients in it and seems like it mixes up pretty quickly. Torino, if you find a Middle Eastern store, you can get way more for $5, probably, right? But I mean, I have to draw the line somewhere. I don't want to be eating chickpeas like for every single week for the rest of the year, so I dialed it back a bit. Madame, when you made falafel the first and only time, had to do the dried chickpea. Yeah. Oh, I love falafel. That's how we'll use the rest up for sure. I love falafel. Another one of my favorite vegetarian foods. How are you doing this week, Torino? Oh, the twins have been given their eviction date. So if they don't come before they're being kicked out on the 9th next month, scary times. They've been served their letter. I hope everything goes well with that, Derp Squad. They'll last forever. Yeah, it's true, Torino. You don't want to talk about it? Okay, that's fine. One dumb thing that I did yesterday is I was bringing in a big thing of groceries from the car that Sam picked up, and I was about to drop the 3-pack of butternut squash, and I didn't want them to smash open on the ground. I ended up tripping and falling and scraping my elbow on the concrete. I got sag, but it's okay. Put some polysporin on there this morning, freshly changed bandage, away we go. You know, when you fall, it happens so fast that you don't even know what you did. I don't know how that happened. Oh, that's true too, Lily. Your stomach would not reward you for having so many chickpeas either. Digestion issues. I mean, they're good fiber and protein though, so a little bit at a time. Okay. Basque cheesecake. For years, I've been eyeing up this recipe. I'm so excited. And then our soup. That's it, friends. I don't even know really what goes on with our soup. Let's take a peek at these recipes before we really get cooking here. Okay, so intro and history into Basque cheesecake. It's an unpretentious, crustless, cheese-based cake that enjoys immense international popularity. It was invented at Lavinia. Yeah. And thank you, Paloozer, for the Prime Gaming sub. 16 months in a row already with that Prime sub. Amazing having you part of the kitchen crew. You're the best Googler we could have ever asked for. What soup? It is called Sopa de Garbanzo. Check this out. There's the recipe for you, Vicariously Through You. And okay, so back to the Basque cheesecake. This was invented at Lavinia, a small pincho bar. that is located in San Sebastian, where it is known simply as tarta de queso, so literally like a tart of cheese. The cake is made with only 5 ingredients: cream cheese, eggs, sugar, heavy cream, and a spoonful of flour. The ingredients are combined, mixed into a smooth batter, which is then poured into a pan. The key is to bake the cake at a slightly higher temperature. This quickly bakes the top and the sides, creating the dark caramelized layer that provides flavor and structure, while the center remains smooth, custardy, and creamy. The edges in the top are supposed to be dark and look almost burnt, hence the name. So Basque means burnt. But this is what gives this now legendary cake its distinctive caramel-like flavor. So maybe you don't even need to put caramel on it. Yeah, it really sounds delicious, right? Like, 'tis the season for soup, and I am so excited to try this today. And soups with sausage in them are very easy, I find. Okay, so that's our cheesecake. It says prep time 10 minutes, cook time 40 minutes. It will be ready in 50 minutes, but it does have to sit for a good couple hours before we even plan to cut into it. So that's why we're gonna do it first. We might be able to cut it by the time we're done stream today. If not, we'll do it first thing tomorrow morning. The torture. Okay, and now our second Spanish food, Spanish bean soup. Let me scroll up. The recipe is from visitsouthern.spain.com. Thought it was a good one. So this is one of the most popular soups of Spain, especially in southern Spain in the winter. Patience is a virtue, right? This soup used to be eaten only by the lower classes because the beans were cheap. But in the late 1930s, during the Spanish Civil War, the garbanzo bean soup made its way into the meals of the upper class. A typical food from Andalusia, even though sometimes it is confused with the Madrid-style stew. The main difference between these dishes is that the version from Andalusia calls for different spices and chorizo sausage. Meanwhile, Madrid's version only calls for potatoes and other sausages. And it isn't a soup either, but rather a stew. So Madrid stew, Andalusia soup. The principal reason for the ingredient change is that the spices were cheaper in Andalusia thanks to trading with Africa and Asia. So cool. That was a really good explanation. I will definitely be using this site again for more Spanish recipes. Okay, this is what they say. How to make this stew or the soup step-by-step guide. First thing we need to do is wash and rinse the garbanzo beans and cover them with water. Did that. After that, we cut up the sausages, garlic, onion, and pork into cubes or any shape of your choice. Put them in a large pot with enough chicken stock to cover and cook on medium heat for about 30 minutes. The soup also has potatoes in it. And then after the meat has been simmering, we add in the chickpeas and spices, cook for 15 more minutes, and then we add the potatoes and just let it simmer until everything is cooked through. I choose star-shaped, yeah. And it says, as is commonly happens with soup in Spain, it is typically eaten as a main course for lunch or dinner, a classic dish for the cold winter days, even though you can enjoy it any time of the year. The soup is usually served alongside some crunchy bread like baguette or ciabatta, and goes well with any beverage, they say, so I might open up a bottle of wine. And yes, you can freeze this if you want to do a little bit of meal prep for it. Okay, so I'm not going to get into the ingredients for the soup yet. I did bring out already all of the stuff we need to make the cheesecake, so I think we'll get started with that. And I'm going to use the stand mixer to mix that today, just so it is really nice and smooth for us. All right, away we go. let's get into it. Pop this little mousey over here for now. I don't think I'll need it. Oh, maybe I will. Just bring up the recipe for myself. Just condense it a bit so I can see everything. Yeah, 5 ingredients for the cheesecake. How can you go wrong with that? It's so awesome. Almost easier than the New York style. And I did bring out the cream cheese about an hour ago from the fridge, just so that it was really nice and soft for us to be able to mix this. We have not used the Incarcerum on stream in a long, long time. I'm so excited. And yeah, it will be interesting baking this in the Traeger. I wonder if it will pick up a bit of like a smoky sort of flavor. I guess we'll see. Right, Paloozer. Yeah, the stuff in the tub, why is it always like a bit more spreadable, hey? Oh, yum cookie, the Thai curried butternut squash soup tonight. Is that the one I linked from like Bon Appetit or Food and Wine? I think you'll love it. Okay, give me a second. I'm just gonna go pop my hair up. We're getting cooking. Tis soup season right now. Okay, perfect. All right, we'll plug this baby in and get started. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, just a little bit of a different consistency to run it through the pipes instead of cutting it. Makes total sense, Paloozer. All right, get this set up. I've not used the Incarcerum in just way too long, I'm feeling. It's bittersweet. It's good to be back. Oh no, in the recipe vicariously, is there 2 teaspoons of saffron? Whew. At least they said it was optional. And I would say in place of that, if you didn't want to purchase saffron, Ron also let us know that you can use a little bit of turmeric, is it's more for color than flavor. And turmeric is really good too. It has lots of good healthy properties. Okay, so first thing we'll start. Oh yeah, first thing we actually have to do is prep up our pan here. And then we will beat the cream cheese, sugar, and eggs together until it is nice and smooth. Then we add the flour, which is just for binder. And then we add the cream at the end so it doesn't get over whipped. Yeah, I have saffron, so I'm gonna use that today. It has to get used up anyways. And yeah, I always try and do the most authentic thing the first time too. Okay, so first things first, I'm just gonna move this setup over for now. I did bring in my old school springform cake pan. And what they say for this is really important to line it with parchment all over, and especially going above the edge. So they say that the cake rises a lot and will bake above the top of the pan. So make sure that you extend your parchment like a good inch or 2 so that it doesn't just sploot over the side as it bakes. That would be sag. So let's do that. And one way we can help the parchment stick to this springform pan is just spraying it with a little bit of nonstick. So I'm also gonna do that. Because yeah, we really don't want the cheesecake to stick in here at all. It'll just get torn apart. I totally forgot I had a dog in here with me. She's loving her little bed under the table. Hello, Costa. How have you been? Right. Why are we using nonstick spray to stick the parchment on? Thank you for noticing that, Paloozer. That just made my day. So what I'm gonna do first is, I think we want to line the bottom too, right? So first thing we'll do is line the bottom. So we'll just open this up. I'll show you how to do that. And then we will cut the next layer for the sides or the edges. So pull your parchment to fill out the bottom of the pan. Yeah, Ashton in the house. Good girl. Boom. And then we'll do this. So you just sneak that right on top. And I always have a little bit of issue with this when we close it back up. So get it nice and tight. And then if you hold your springform pan in the right spot, you should be able to close that up really neatly. And then all I usually do is cut off the excess from underneath. But yeah, we want that as smooth as possible on the bottom, right? Hi, Vune. How are you doing? Yeah. One of my favorite dessert loves for sure is cheesecake. Big time. And this one I have eyed up for years. I actually thought it was French in origin originally. I had no idea that it was Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
And thank you, T. Casella. What? One more month and we got a Twitch food baby. Insane to think that you've been subscribed to the kitchen crew for 8 months already, T. Casella. I'm so happy to have taught you stuff along the way, and thank you for always sharing your amazing food creations in our Discord. Absolutely love it. Vion. You just went to your favorite Viet restaurant and had a big bowl of pho. Oh, nice. You're giving me some deja vu from Sunday's stream. Did I inspire you? Thank you, Mr. Fabrizio. I appreciate that. Freshly showered. Can't beat it. View, did you see my post in Discord about that new cooking stream game that was just released? What, yesterday? Yesterday at 9 p.m. at night? Okay, so next we tear, I think how we're gonna do it is just tear the long strips of parchment and then put it around the side. Just got home, let you check, okay. Why did I think it was French? Yeah, because Basque sounds French. That's about it, Lily. Okay, can we not do this right now? Cutter of parchment? Can we just tear nicely? I would appreciate this. There we go. Yeah, we love having you. Do you have any plans to cook up some stuff this weekend coming up? Okay, this is pretty tall. Tallest cheesecake of life. If it bakes out of that, we have an issue. I might cut it in half. Or we'll just trim it off. I'm dying right now. I maybe overestimated a touch. My paring knife might be better for slicing. It's pretty sharp. Ouch! The bone, that's not funny. But somehow we always laugh when we hit it. The not so funny bone. Okay, so let's dial it back, the next parchment that we tear. But I think that is a good height now. It's about a couple inches over. I posted into general. Yeah, right, Lily. I was gonna say, Spain and France share a border, so I can see why I thought that originally. Look at that. Oh, we gotta go opposite, actually. Otherwise, I find it's not sticking, really. So it'll want to curl into the center still. Wow. This just fits. I think I need a little bit more spray. This is gonna be, I think, the most challenging part of the recipe is just lining the pan. And one thing I will say on this is I know for a fact that you can hop onto Amazon and buy pre-cut parchment sheets. might be a good option. Okay, so there's a little bit of a gap on this one side. Do you think we should fill it in? Or do you think it will be okay? I also feel like I'm probably gonna have to take out a baking rack from the Traeger to fit this tall piece in there. Most challenging part of the cheesecake, lining the pan. That was insane. That game looks like so much fun. Yes, right? I was like, okay, my stream is gonna go insane with this. Do we want to try it on the test channel to see how it works? Okay, Vune. That's just cheating, Paloozer, if you do the pre-cut ones. Okay, phew. Yeah, we never really cheat here. And hi, Yon Lions. How are you? Hey, nice, Tika Stella. You're gonna take the weekend off from major cooking? Just let Kate do all the cooking instead? We can allow this. Just had to sneak a sip. All right, so now that we are ready to actually get some baking done and mixing, our pan is prepared. That only took a short 15 minutes. Start with 1 kilogram of cream cheese, 1 kilo of cream cheese at room temperature, 7 medium-sized eggs. So in North America, it's very popular to use large-sized eggs. Do we dial it back a bit for the medium size? Like maybe use 1 less? I'm dead, Vune. 1 kilo of cream cheese. And then we need a full 2 cups of sugar. I might have to go grab a little bit more of that. That's about it. I got the flour and the cream. 1 last egg, hey, should be the best. All right, so let's start. We got to open up both of these tubs, scrape them out. Away we go. Oh, annihilation for sure, Vune. There's so much dairy. This is probably going to destroy me, but worth it. Everything in moderation, right? Considering it's taken me 30 years to try this type of cheesecake, I'm not really going to stress too much about dieting. No, there is no moderation of cheese in this. And then 2 full cups of the whipping cream. Oh, yeah. That spatula. I think I'll start mixing the cream cheese on its own first, just to really get it softened and smooth. And then we can add the eggs and the sugar. Yeah, as long as you don't eat the whole cheesecake, Vune, I think it's okay. I like how they suggest in this recipe, they're like, you can mix it by hand or use a stand mixer. I was like, who in their right mind would try and attempt cheesecake by hand? Oh no. That's gotta be like the lumpiest cheesecake ever. Oh yeah, give Sammy a slice and then we can eat it all. I don't know if he's as much of a cream cheese and cheesecake person as I am. Sammy's more of like a creme brulee or caramel person. But if they say that this cheesecake tastes like caramel when it's done, well, maybe he will get into it. Even after I let this sit out for an hour, it still has a bit of a chill to it, which is why I'm deciding to just mix the cream cheese on its own for a bit first. We want it as smooth as we can get it. Okay. Oh. Do that instead then. Wipe up the mess. Set that aside as well. You really like the German cheesecake. Is that made with... Is it called skyr? S-K-Y-R? Is that the cheese? I recall Sam's mom talking about that ingredient with us one time, Yoon, because it's hard to find here in Canada. Okay. How are my beaters? Good. This is nice. It is nicely softened already. The ribs are whipped and too light vicariously? Or the tubs? Yeah, maybe, Lily. Doing it by hand, you'll feel less guilty because of the workout. Oh, quark. Sorry. Okay, there's another one, but this might just be a brand that I'm thinking of. This is what it's called. Skyr? Or it's like Swedish? This is looking good though. It's coming a bit more. Icelandic. Ah, word. So many words. Yeah, quark, that's the one. Whip it. Thank you, Yon Lions, for the help. And cookie. Okay, that. Oh, she's thick for sure. Hey, get on your bed. Astra's like, what are we mixing up right now? Smelling pretty good. Are you a cheese dog? I would say so. Okay, now I'll do the eggs and we'll add in the sugar after this. Also, I brought some vanilla. I feel like just a little bit of vanilla flavor in this will be so good. Yeah, she knows. She's just watching me. Just watching from behind. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, so we said instead of 7 medium eggs. Oh, these are even extra large. Maybe we'll do 5 XL then? 5 extra large? Should equal 7 medium. Just getting my compost bin here. Put the shells. This one, look at this one. RIP. When you can't even take the egg out of the container because the shell is cracked and stuck. Hey, ponytail guy. Oh, also one more tip when you're cracking eggs, always crack it into a container first. Just in case there's a little something in there you don't want. Fire flower, hello. What are we uh-ohing or oh-knowing? 1, 2. The cracked egg. Oh, I know. Why is there always one? Or not always, but sometimes. It's like the one time that you don't check in the carton, it's like, oh, it should be good. Then you get home and it's like, no, they got us. Okay, we're at 4. We'll do 1 more. And then when I go and grab the sugar that we need a little bit extra, I will turn on the oven to start preheating as well, since I'm walking by that way. Rinse my hands, soapy water, no eggy bits. Also wipe this up. Okay. They're very pale looking eggs, hey? Can't really get this to dial in proper focus. There we go. Okay, so slowly mix this then. And we'll get a 2-cup measure. Have a little bit of sugar here. Nike. Oh, this looks so weird right now. Because of the cold eggs. Let's turn it up a touch. It's just going around in a circle. At work on lunch, new job is way freaking better. Hey, it sounds like you just keep getting closer and closer to like something awesome. Oh, we were so close of having 2 cups worth of sugar. I am happy to hear that you're enjoying the new spot, my duder. Okay, turn it up more even. I want the egg and the cream cheese to be smooth before we add the sugar. But we don't want to mix this at too high of a setting too quickly, because then you're incorporating a lot of air into the cheesecake, and that's what makes it crack. Because you're fluffing, and then it bakes, and then as it cools, it's gonna settle back down and probably crack because of the strength of the eggs. Yeah, this is an incarcerum. We've had it since 2017. OG. Okay, stopping that. That's looking nice. Gonna give a scrape around the edge. And the bottom. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, no bad things to say about this mixer. So happy that it was like brought to our attention from one of our past like kitchen equipment reps when we were still in the restaurant. Because otherwise I don't think I would have ever even known about this. I am in Canada. Yeah, we have, so it comes with this clear bowl as well as a metal bowl for making breads and stuff. And then we also have the grain mill attachment as well as the meat grinder attachment. Okay, this is looking so heckin' good. All right, hold tight, friends. I will be right back. Let's just quickly check to see what this has to bake at. I know when we were still on the island, so like 3 months ago, we had some viewers looking to buy the incarcerum and they were on like a massive back order. So I don't even know if they're available to purchase at this time, but it is worth the wait, even if you get on like a wait list for them. If you've ever wanted to upgrade and do a lot of baking at home, this thing is amazing. Oh yeah, even the sausage stuffer. You're right, Paloozer. Meat grinder and the stuffer. Okay. Oven to 400 Fahrenheit. That is nice and high. The weight will help. Exactly. You'll save up for it. Okay, I'm going to quickly mute while I go to grab sugar for us. Hold tight. Gonna go turn on the oven too. BRB. Are all the attachments included? Just really quick before I go. So we get the clear bowl, this whisk with 2 different sets of whisks. This is kind of the more heavy duty one. And then there's one with just a loop for like making cookie dough and stuff. That's more heavy. And this is the other bowl with the dough hook, and it has the ability to have a scraper or spatula on the side, cleaning the bowl the whole time. That's what comes with the kit. Okay, now I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Heck, get in there. Yeah, the grinder, stuffer, and grain mill attachments are separate. Bork, did you see Astra? Where'd you go, Auntie? Why are you leaving me? So oven is preheating. I know that it'll take a couple of moments for sure. Being outside is the Traeger has like a cool weather warm-up setting. Can't even imagine minus 20 Celsius, how long it would take. But it's fine. Okay, 2 cups of sugar. Oh my God. Send help. So this is also like a stabilizer in the cheesecake, as well as the flour. All right. Come back in. Just gonna drizzle this around. I mean, maybe we can drizzle it as it's mixing. Hello. Oh, this is the other thing they said when I was reading through the recipe this morning, is they said the Spanish cream cheeses have a little bit of salt in them. So they recommended adding a pinch of salt to this, which I think is smart, especially with all of the sugar. Never a bad thing, because like there's no crust or anything to dull this down. Just cheese in your face. Okay, come over here. Get on there. Mix that in real good, and then we'll do our spoonful of flour. And then we need to measure out 2 cups of whipping cream. Yeah, crunchy burnt bits. Exactly. Okay, stop that. I know they say only like a spoonful of flour. So what does that mean? Like that? I'm aiming for about a tablespoon worth. Maybe a bit more. Spoonful. Got it. Okay, get that going. Now our cream. Measure the cream in this that we were just using. Might as well. A teaspoon or tablespoon? Yeah, I went for a tablespoon because it seems like we have quite a bit. Gonna mix this up. This is gonna be no small cheesecake, that's for sure. We just needed the smallest amount more. Yeah, I'm keeping that mixer going just to make sure that we don't have any flour lumps. No floury lumps allowed. Okay, there's that. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So stop this for a sec. Let's give another scrape around the edge. You can just see a bit of like sugar buildup and stuff that hasn't been mixed in. Sometimes I go to the bottom too, just to make sure there's no lumps, no sneaky lumps down there. Yum. Okay, now we're gonna slowly drizzle in the whipping cream. Isn't it looking nice and liquidy, Vune? I think that was a good series of steps that we took. Do the cream cheese first, then add your eggs, and it gets like very soft, right? And then your sugar mixes in really nice and even. Add the flour, and then lastly the cream, so we don't over whip it. Yeah, it's interesting how like sugar goes liquidy, especially with baking. All right, So it doesn't look like we got any lumps really. Really don't want any lumps before we add this whipping cream in there. So we can't over whip this because it will split. All right, just gonna drizzle. This is the most insane cheesecake I've ever made. Notice how I'm mixing the cream in on low speed too, so we don't incorporate too much air. I am so excited, Vune. I'm making a mess. Has anyone in chat that's watching ever had this cheesecake before? This type? Should we do one more scrape around the edge? Just for good measure before we put it into the baking pan? Probably, right? You only eat real cheesecake. Made me laugh because like that's what they say from the ones in the store. Made with real cream. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You're willing to drop by and taste test? Yes. Dave, you've made lemon cheesecake? Yum. Yummy. I don't think I've ever made that. You've had this before? When you were in the Canary Islands. Was it insane, Vune? 5 8-ounce bars of cream cheese is really nice. We're just a bunch of cheesecake lovers then, hey? Okay, this is the last mix before we pour it into the pan. So crazy that there's no crust. I love it though. There's Spanish territory. Well, there you go. So did it taste caramelly with the burnt bits? Vune's starting to bring it back in his flavor memory bank. Okay, maybe I'll do one more spray just around the inside of this before we pour in the batter. Nice. I was able to even out the paper a bit more too. Insane. So chorizo sandwich there is 1 spoonful of flour in this, but we have talked about maybe substituting the spoonful of flour for a gluten-free flour blend, 1-to-1. Could work, because yeah, other than that 1 spoonful of flour in here, could be completely gluten-free if you switch that out. I would be interested to hear how it turns out too, if anyone tries that. The crust was a tad bitter. It was overdone, but then again, it was in the hotel restaurant, so you're pretty sure it wasn't top-notch quality. Fair enough. Thank you for the honest review. Okay, one more quick spray around the edge. I'll even do a bit of the top part of the paper. I really don't want any sticking. Get the mixer out of here, this big thing. But that did so well mixing this up. So nice and smooth. Woo! It's like you guys are on a bobblehead. Oh, you found a gluten-free version. Nice, Vune. Thanks for looking that up. Oh my gosh. Iberico pork steaks? Vune. And the crema catalana. What is that? I've never heard of that. But Iberico pork steak? I've only really had the cured ham. I can just imagine. That sounds so good. Okay, let's wipe the beaters off. Oh, did you need something? We got a beater dog, but I'm not gonna give this to her. It's too sugary. She's got high hopes though. She's like, listen, I'm the sous chef today. Gotta make sure it's good. It was grilled in front of you even? Do they serve it with a nice big fat cap on it or what? Just imagining the flavor of the Iberico fat. Okay, I'm just gonna bring this to the sink because it's really messy. Doggo's like, I'm coming. Give her the beaters once and she'll never forget. It's just like humans. Crema cremata. Thank you, Palooza, for that. Similar to creme brulee, desserts have been called virtually identical, although crema catalana is made with milk. Ah, so a little bit lighter then. Okay, I'm going for the pour. Go slow. We have lined the bottom completely and all of the edges with an extended parchment above because apparently this thing rises. We're going all the way up. Yeah, you went back for seconds, Vune. Look at this texture though. Like, just me jiggling it, you can tell. The way that it looks pouring in even. It's like liquidy, but heavy. I was gonna say, it's gonna be almost like souffle. Like very light and airy. And they said that we must keep the jiggle in the center. Very important. Okay, there was a little bit of clumpage down here at the bottom. I'm just scraping it. That's fine. As long as we get that into the middle, it'll pretty much just melt away on its own. Shouldn't notice it. And then the other type of like sort of souffle cheesecake is the Japanese one. We've never made that on stream yet either. So when it was trending, I felt like everyone was doing it and just couldn't hop on the bandwagon at that time. Has anyone ever made or had the Japanese cheesecake? That's like so fluffy. I can just imagine how much eggs are in there. Maybe even egg whites get folded in. Wow. This looks amazing. Like, I'm not even just saying that. So far, this might be my favorite cheesecake mixture. I'm gonna try it too. So cream cheesy. Okay, so one thing I'm gonna do right now is we're gonna drop this to try and get any air bubbles out because they will come up to the top. Couple good smashes should do it. And then if you want to smooth it out, just go back and forth like this. All I'm gonna do for baking this, I'm gonna definitely pop it on a sheet pan. I'm worried about not having a crust. I don't want it to bake out of the bottom at all. So put a sheet pan underneath and you shouldn't have to worry. No stress. Just rinse my hands. Hello, JK. Barbie, you having a good day? Yeah, garbanzo beans is chickpeas, another word for them. If we put it on a vibration plate, would it smooth the cake completely and get the bubbles out? Probably. So you can see right now already it's only an inch away from the top of this baking pan. So I can see why we extended the parchment. And they said, don't really worry about the edges if they're kind of crimped in like this, is that's part of the cheesecake, is having those sort of uneven edges that get browned as it bakes. Oh, are you having a good day? You're doing okay, JK? Last day at the job and it's going, unfortunately, slow. Dang it. Really? Can I help you? She's like, Kate, let me lick the bowl. Did you hear that? Hello, frankly delicious. And this is supposed to rise a lot. I'm gonna assume it's gonna kind of double. So it'll be 1 inch above the baking pan when it's done. Well, at least your coworker bought you pizza, JK. It might spill out of the opening. Lily, I never thought of that. Do we put a little piece on the inside? I think so. We didn't go too far yet. I should be able to sneak it in. Let me just tear like the smallest bit here. Tape it. Tape it. Sew it on. Oh. You're crazy. I got a crazy cheese dog in here with me right now. So we'll do this. Boom. And good job, Lily. High five. It does not get baked in a water bath. It gets baked solely like this, Chase. It is a special Spanish type of cheesecake that gets baked at a high heat. Basque means burnt, so basically translates to burnt cheesecake. Let's go pop this in the oven, or at least I'll bring it outside. I think I might be able to check on the temperature of the Traeger right here with my app. Heating up your account. We are at 211 Fahrenheit. So not quite ready. We can't put that in yet. I am going to wait. I'll just leave this out in front of me so I can see when it is hot. Let's put this aside, get into our soup recipe, and away we go. Do you think it'll spill out this other side too? Should I reinforce this edge as well? Now I'm kind of worried. Pet the doggo. I am cooking right now though. That's why I don't usually pet the doggo while I'm streaming. She gets lots of pets before and after stream. Okay, I don't think that's gonna spill out at all. I'm feeling good about it. Yeah, it's so fancy, Chase. The fanciest. This. Okay, I'll give you a taste. One taste. Come over here. Good sitting. There you go. You're loving our chill vibe music? Okay, that's it. That's it. That's what she gets. She's complaining. All right, so this bakes for about 40 minutes when our oven is at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. should have a distinctive brown color on the outside, but the center should remain jiggly. Always remember that. You don't want to over bake it because then it will definitely crack on us. Oh, you haven't even heard the music, Paloozer? Yeah, I always have it playing. Okay, so while we're waiting, let's take a peek at our Spanish bean soup, known as Sopa de Garbanzo, from the area of Andalusia in Spain. Get on your bed. We need 1 pound of dried chickpea beans, which we have already soaked overnight, so those are good to go. You don't want to forget that step at all. And then olive oil, salt, pepper, obviously. It gets thickened and bulked out with potatoes. So we'll go grab some potatoes, 1 large onion, some water, which we will use vegetable broth instead because that's always going to give us more flavor. And then our sausages. So they do traditionally used is chorizo. I wasn't able to find that at the store I went to yesterday. So I did a mixture of hot Italian as well as red pepper and Asiago to hopefully get the same flavor. And then in place of the ham is I'm using some of Sam's smoked ribs that he did yesterday. It's like, this is gonna be perfect. And so it gets garlic, saffron, paprika, and then for different herbs or spices that you want, thyme, rosemary, oregano, and cumin. It's interesting that they say cut up the sausage, garlic, onion, and smoked pork into cubes or any shape of your choice and place them in a large pot with enough chicken stock to cover. So they don't like saute the onion or garlic at all first, which I'm very confused by. Because then right after that, you just put the chickpeas in and then add the potatoes at the end and simmer it until it's done. We will definitely get a lot more flavor into this today if we saute the onion and garlic together first, add in the herbs and spices to that, and then we can add our sausage and meats. Simmer that together. Salsicha. Can add some paprika so it's more similar to chorizo. Yeah, I have smoked paprika, so that will be a good one, Lily, for sure. So yeah, this won't take too long to make either. I think it'll be really awesome. Very excited to see how it turns out. I am going to, what's our oven at? 269 Fahrenheit. I was gonna go bring some of our ingredients back and then grab our soup stuff. Kubasa and cabbage for lunch, nom. And so JK, sauteing releases the flavor more than not. 100%. So anytime we saute, I usually like to get the onion and garlic golden brown, which is caramelizing, and you will get more flavor that way compared to just putting everything into the water. It seems a little bit odd to me. And I mean, anytime that we can put more flavor into a dish, I think we should do that, right? All right, I'm gonna bring a couple things back. Hold tight. Have no fear, I will return. Our oven's only at 300F, so hopefully by the time I'm back, I can bring the cheesecake out and start it baking. Nom. All right, I'm muting for a bit. Maybe I'll leave it on this. Look at the chickpeas. I'll just zoom right into it. You are now a garbanzo bean. Okay, we returned. Palooza, thanks for dancing, chilling. We got all of the goodness. And the oven is almost ready. It's at 392 degrees Fahrenheit. So that means we can pretty much think about putting the cheesecake out there. And then why don't we set like a 20-minute timer just to see how it is baking? That should be the halfway through point. Peri or Pirijolo, we're actually making a Spanish chickpea soup today called Sopa de Garbanzo. So yeah, we soaked these overnight and got them all prepped up for simmering today. And then other stuff. Here's our sausages. We'll open those up together. Yum. So separate that. 3 Asiago and red pepper, which are these kind of lighter ones. Why isn't this focusing? There we go. Yeah, so these 3, which are red pepper Asiago, and then the 2 darker ones are the spicy Italian. I was thinking that would be the best option, or most similar to what the flavor of chorizo would be. I believe they are all pork-based as well, Chorizo Sandwich. And then I brought over some spices, paprika, oregano, cumin, our onion and fresh thyme, whole head of garlic. I thought a little bit of bay leaf would be good to simmer in there too. So yeah, brought everything over. I'm gonna go bring out our cheesecake. Actually, move that out so I can show you what we just finished mixing up not long ago. So our Basque cheesecake. The only thing we did was add a little bit of vanilla into there because I thought it would just taste better with that. So yeah, we'll set a 20-minute timer and then we'll check on that in a little bit. First time ever making this, I got high hopes. Very high hopes. Okay, be right back one more time. And then we're starting cooking. Okay, the cheesecake is in. So first thing we're gonna do, chop up our onion and mince our garlic. Chop up a little bit of thyme and then we can get cooking. Get on your bed. Get on there. Oh, I'm so excited, Vune. Very, very excited for this one. Hello, chef's knife. So anytime we make soup, I always like to dice the onion pretty fine, especially if we're not blending the soup afterwards. Chop that in half, makes it easier to peel. This is actually kind of risky. I just noticed that there's only 30% of pellets remaining in the Traeger for us to cook with. I'm just gonna message Sam right now and tell him to pick up some more pellets, please. I guess I never thought about him smoking the ribs yesterday. Used a lot of the pellets. Rookie 5050, thank you for the follow. Okay, that, and then how much garlic we want. Maybe we'll use like half of this head of garlic. No skimping. Peel all those up, and then I think we'll just mince it with the garlic press. Whoa, flying. I always find it way easier to peel garlic if we smash it. Smash it open. Break the skin. So funny to me that like I've traveled to Spain and I never saw either of these dishes that we're making today on any of the menus. It's like now I want to go back and try this. Not made by me. Do I know Sachertorte? I believe I do, Vion. That's the chocolate cake with apricot preserve in the middle. Right? Is that the one? I don't think I've ever made it though. Viennese chocolate cake. I would love to make that too. Okay, so over to our onion first. Turn it this way. We always cut with the natural lines in the onion. Then we use our index finger to guide our knife blade. Is Sachertorte a popular thing around Christmas? There's almost nowhere you can buy it, Vune. What? Nice, Frank. You use your knife to cut off the bottom of the clove down to the hair and then pull the clove and its paper off of it. There's so many ways to peel garlic, right? Some people use like special garlic peeling pieces of equipment, but I like the smash method. It's simple. Does a great job. This bottom part of the onion will just thinly slice to match the rest of it. I always like to cut around the root part of it because it's really hard and doesn't really break down even with cooking. So I always cut that out. Next one. Only in high-end cafes can you find Sachertorte. Thinking it might be the same for the stuff that I'm making. Oh, probably. Yeah. The 2-bowl garlic shaking peeling method, Vune. Is that that one time? Chat tricked me. Sneakers. Yeah, right. The small silicone tube as well. Never used that either. And then the other reason why I think it's smart to saute the onion for the soup before we just add water on top of it is caramelizing the onion will draw out its natural sweetness. I'll just grab a bowl to put that into so that we can cook together in the same area here. Yeah, vicariously through you. So yeah, I'm a professionally trained chef. I went to culinary school. I started in 2010, graduated from the full-time program in 2012, and then since then have worked in many different restaurants in Canada. Mostly restaurants where we're living right now in Edmonton, as well as in Vancouver and Vancouver Island. And then in 2018, in January, I started this stream on Twitch. Well, I was taking a break from restaurants. We had just moved from Vancouver to the island. And yeah, now here we are almost 4 years later. Down the road. And yeah, I met Sam working in restaurants as well. I think it was in 2013. Let's keep the garlic separate from the onion just because I know it'll burn if we put it in there together, as the garlic will cook quicker. So let's just mince it into a small container. Yeah, ask away any questions. If you want to learn more about myself or Sam, we are very open and honest people. So Sam, he grew up in Ontario in Canada, so quite far away from here, but eventually made his way out west. And yeah, we met working at a restaurant here in Edmonton. So he's gone to culinary school as well from a place in Ontario, Algonquin College. Sam, he doesn't stream cooking, but sometimes he streams games. He is the one that got me into streaming, actually, vicariously through you. I had no idea even what Twitch was before I met Sam. And we originally started watching like Hearthstone streamers and stuff like that. And yeah, without his expertise of computer and tech equipment, there's no way I could have done this. Okay, getting rid of the garlic press, and I'll go rinse my garlicky knife off as well. We're getting there. And I think we'll put the thyme in with the garlic, the fresh herb. That will saute well together. We're rolling right along today. Yeah, Sammy's at work right now. He's currently working for one of our past chefs. And they actually work at a car dealership that does food service as well. And then they also serve free meals to schools here in the area that are in need. So yeah, he helps in the kitchen, delivers food. Very awesome, cushy job. Okay, let's get the thyme off of the stem. Happy, how are you doing? Yeah, the Sama. Yeah, it is such a cool job. I will say that. And I might actually go work there part-time too, starting next month. I think they have someone leaving. Couple hours, Monday to Wednesday. Why not? You're doing good? Awesome. Bud City, any Family Feud fans in here? Oh, my cousins and their extended family, or let's say my cousin and her extended family now, they were actually just on Family Feud Canada a couple weeks ago. I don't think it's aired yet, but they did the recording. Name a seasoning or spice a chef would name his daughter. Marjoram. That'd be such a good one. Okay, chop this up. How's our timer? How's our cheesing cake timer? 7 minutes, 51 seconds. Rosemary. Yeah, that's such a nice one. Nutmeg. You would pollute, or you would or yeah, sorry, Frank. You would, Frank, nutmeg. Nutmeg didn't make the cut. I think rosemary is very popular for Italians. Like a pretty popular name. Growing up, I knew a few people named Rosemary. Okie dokes, there's those two things starting out. Feeling so good about this. Should we... I think we'll slice the sausage. Maybe fry it up a touch with the onion, garlic, and thyme. I'm just going to grab a cutting board because I don't want to cut it on my wooden one. So for 5 sausages, $15, so about $3 per sausage. But they're not small sausages either. Get on your bed. Get on your bed. Good girl. Good girl. Doggo is so excited for all the stuff that we're cooking today. I've never seen her just like stand behind me like this. Yeah. Did you hear the moaning? Pouting. Okay, so these will shrink up when they cook. Why don't we slice it? I mean, the ends I'll always slice a bit thicker. Like ½ an inch thick. I don't want to go 1 inch because that's quite large. This looks so nom. There is a like pretty hefty amount of fat in these sausages. I can see how they bulk them out. Cut those 3 together. So Asiago red pepper. That should add some good flavor into the soup too. Yeah, let's be honest. Just going back to the name your daughter after a seasoning. If I had kids, probably be food related names, right? As soon as I cut into this, I could smell the Asiago cheese. The funk. That's a hefty amount of meat. Sausages are like quite deceiving. How much stuff is packed into there. Okay, there's that. So I'll have to wash my knife off coming up. And then this is our smoked pork for today. Because we saved some ribbies that Sammy did on the Traeger. I think I'll just slice those. And then we can pick the meat off once it's simmered a bit. Those are all cooked, so I don't need to necessarily slice those right now. Let me go wash my knife up real quick and then we'll get in there. And hi, Clammy. I am having a good day so far. I hope the same for you. You really like chorizo and Mexican food and your husband hates it? Gets so upset to have to cook something different for him. You're his own personal short order chef. Spoiled is what I say. Maybe he needs to open up his mind a bit. Like, Start asking questions of what it is particularly about things that they don't like. And then maybe you can surprise them. That's my favorite thing. Oh, you don't like this? Well, let me make it for you. And they're like, oh, actually, I really like this. Some Soap. Scrub-a-dub-dub. Had a lovely dinner and the weekend has started. Vyun is in bliss. He's 70, he's not changing. Hey, fair enough, vicariously. Doesn't like flavorful food is his problem. He wants teriyaki everything. So sugar, soy sauce, and garlic. That's his money right there. Okay, let's put this to the side. And honestly, I think we're ready to set up our cooking burner. Get the induction and we'll start heating it up. Timer has 1 minute 45. Perfect. I was gonna say, did Vyun say what he had for dinner? Or are we guessing right now? Oh yeah, you had pho. Never mind. I got so excited that I forgot you had pho. What kind of meats and stuff did you have in the pho? Do they do like sliced brisket or meatballs in particular? Stuff like that? Okay, we're doing big Dutch oven today. Oh, and you don't know what cut. Fair enough. And for dessert, Vietnamese coffee. My fave. I just have to balance this. There we go. No tipping. The owner is an old Vietnamese dude. And the pho he makes is exactly like in the streets of Saigon. What? I can get behind that, right? Move this back a bit. Okay. On. Turn that down a bit. Let's start with olive oil in here. And then my timer is about to go off, so we'll get the oil heating with the onions, and I'll go check on our cheesecake really quick. I'm not skimping on the olive oil in this either right now. I'm gonna put the onions in just to make a barrier from the heat while I am outside. Yeah, no fancy meats, no fancy sauce, just the pho. And I mean, if you make a good pho, then that's all that really matters. That's what we learned. Okay, hold tight. I will be right back. Gonna mute when I go. It's looking heckin' good. I reset a 15-minute timer on that. Turn up the temp here. Get sauteing. There's a little bit of sizzle already. So while we're waiting for this stuff to saute, we can mix up some vegetable broth. I'm gonna do 1 liter to start. I'm gonna go pour this full of hot water. And then we'll mix in the broth base. And then I gotta strain the chickpeas still, so I'll do that next, because those have soaked enough. Still just gotta slice the ribs. Nice, that's a happy sizzle now. Let's give this a stir. Hi, Scott, how are you doing? Lily just put cardboard in teriyaki. Wouldn't even know the difference. That's hilarious. This is what I'm using. So 1 teaspoon per cup is what they guide us with. So we have 4 cups there. So you can do up to 4 teaspoons. And I will say there's more flavor in this than salt, which is quite enjoyable. Oh, one thing I didn't do yet. My fan. My fanny fan. Protect the cameras. Okay, there we go. Ponytail guy, this all looks so delicious. Thank you. I am very excited for all the stuff that we're making today. Okay, the onions have simmered down a bit now, which means they're starting to cook out the moisture, and then they will start to brown. It's a little cold there, Clemmy. You're getting Haitian food for dinner? I don't think I've ever experienced that. What is a typical Haitian meal that you have? Okay, our broth is all mixed. Ducks go, your friend is silly. He went up to a girl in our college class and said, hey, you know, if it wasn't for these COVID years, I would have married you sooner. I would appreciate the honesty. Or we can say no excuses, friend. She's using COVID as an excuse. Keep this cooking. What else? While we're waiting, just gonna slice up these ribbies so those can simmer away. Just gonna cut them in between all of the bones. And yeah, very excited for our cheesecake coming up here. I can't even imagine. Just going by the first taste of the base, so good and cheesy. Yeah, check out these ribs. Smoked on the Traeger for 6 hours. Look at the color. Like so moist and fatty. That's gonna add amazing flavor. So this is what I chose instead of ham. And that way it's not as salty either. These are pork side ribs. So the underside of the pork belly, right, is where this comes from. So that's why it has some nice marbling there. That's what I used in place of the ham bone. Okay, just gonna go rinse my paring knife off. Some of this viand, like these ribs that Sam made yesterday, just turned out insane. Meaty boys too, very meaty boys. And hi Bonk, how are you? So good to see you. Give this one more stir before I go. So we're gonna sweat and saute these until they start to turn golden brown. I think we're getting there. We're getting into it. I wonder if Ron's gonna come in today. He's the one that brought this soup recipe into our life. You having an okay day so far, Bonk? Hopefully not working too hard. I think the other thing I'm gonna do, I don't think we need any more heat. I'm actually gonna pop a window open. Pop it. Okay, just starting to get some color. That. Gonna bring a few things in to the dishwasher as well. Always good to clean as you have time while you're cooking. Then it doesn't take you hours upon hours afterwards. I was gonna ask about the security inspection. Went good as far as you know, nothing major. Just nitnoid item critiques. You know, same old, same old. Is there a dog at the door? Get in here. Get in here. You're the one that was dilly-dallying. Get on your bed. Hey, get on your bed. Yeah, get in there. That's a good spot. This is the good spot. Astra? Good on the board. I love how you just like use a growly voice and she's like, okay, I'll get on the bed. So you're actually serious. Yeah, they have to complain about something, otherwise it seems like they're not doing their job. Way too accurate, Bonk. What a phrase. Okay, gonna go drain these babies. Are dried and soaked chickpeas. We don't want to use the liquid from this. It's not tasty. Oh, one thing I forgot actually. I'll go grab it when I look at the cheesecake. I need some potatoes still. It's all about your energy and tone of voice. Totally, Bonk. Except for your old dog Moritz, he was a bastard. No matter the tone you took with him, he's like, I am the superior person here. Mary, so good to see you. Any news about the stolen bike from Dust? I don't think he found it at all, as far as we know. And yeah, Dust is going to the mountains for a nice little weekend getaway with his friends. And yeah, Red Jameister, sauteing onion, got your attention. Welcome in. We're creating the base layer for our soup right now, our Spanish soup. with chickpeas, sausage, smoked pork, potatoes, herbs, spices. It's almost ready for the garlic and the thyme. The dog is being funny today because it's just me and my brother at home. Both Sam and Finn are at work, so she doesn't know what to do sometimes. She's concerned. Four more minutes till we check the cheesecake. That's going so quick. I'm happy we started that first. Oh, also, the pellets saying that they were low is a lie. There's like a good half of pellets still in the box, so I don't know why it was saying like 30%. Silliness. This might just be my new favorite soup. We're gonna see. Holy, that's right. Mary roasted her butternut squash cubes in duck fat and it was yum. I can just imagine. Like, duck fat to me tastes so nutty and like light. Really delicious and a very different flavor than most other fats that we cook with. But I think, as with anything, if we use too much duck fat all the time, then we won't appreciate it as much. Okay, a couple more moments with this, and then away we go. I will be putting in the garlic and thyme, and then going to grab the cheesecake. I'll also create an area here for cooling said cheesecake. Pop a trivet over there. Made the house smell good. That too, right? Yum. We're building up our layers of flavor. Good girl. Yep. Do I want to add the garlic right now? I think so. Oh man, if you roast Brussels in it. So what did you roast the squash at? I can't remember what I told you. But Brussels, I always go a bit higher heat just to get the outside really caramelized and crispy. Because I don't like mushy Brussels sprouts. So if you take too long to cook them, then they'll just go mush on ya all throughout. 400 for 40 minutes. So the Brussels will cook a bit quicker than that, usually like 20 minutes-ish at that temperature, but I think 400 degrees Fahrenheit is a good temp. You could always turn it up to 425 F for the last 10 minutes or so if you feel like it's not browning enough and crisping up. Holy smokes, the smell of this. Insanity. So now I'm gonna turn down the heat just a bit because I don't want the garlic to burn. All right, I'm gonna check on the cheesecake. I will be right back. Keep an eye on my onions and garlic and thyme. I made it back. The cheesecake is not quite done yet. And I will say it's very light colored on the top still. So I don't know what's up with that. But I can tell that the sides are getting brown, so I'm happy about that. I reset a 10-minute timer to go check it. Yay! But it is rising really tall. It's looking very nice. All right, so a couple potatoes to buff out this soup. I'm using some Yukon Gold yellow flesh. I'm gonna do 3. And we'll cut those up nice bite size, about 1-inch cubes. Thank you, PK Uno, for those 100 biddies going towards the food truck fund. Appreciate all of your support. I don't know if I can cut these here. And then the other thing I was thinking, our next step is putting the sausage in with this deliciousness and letting those fry up just a touch. And then from there we can add our liquid and start simmering. Let that garlic brown up a little bit more. It's very steamy in here too. Holy smokes. Good girl, Astra. Just gonna move this over. Open it up a little bit. I'm gonna cut the potatoes on this side right now. Oh yeah, that's browning super quick now. Told you the garlic burns quickly. And well, we don't like burnt garlic, that's for sure. Yeah, I think we'll add them in the sausage right now. Kind of slow down the cooking. I'm gonna do skin on for the potatoes, Ampersand, because it's nice and thin. Skin on the Yukon Gold yellow flesh potato. And they look really pristine. We'll get lots of nutrients from that too. Okay, so they didn't have chorizo sausage, but we did a mixture of hot Italian as well as red pepper Asiago. Spice up our life. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I've ever made a soup with sausage before. Whoa. I think the way that I'm doing this is going to be very flavorful. I can smell the Asiago cheese already. Spread that out and let it go for a bit. I'm too excited for this, Redja. Grab our peeler and we're just gonna peel off anything from the potato that we wouldn't want to eat. So like this eye and any other blemishes that we see. Other than that, we'll leave the skin on as much as we can. And they're really nice and clean, so don't even have to scrub it. And then I think actually before we add the liquid into here is we'll saute the sausage and onion with some spices that are being added to the soup as well. Okay, those are all ready. How good does this sizzle sound right now? And sounds good, Bune. Happy dice making. I hope it all goes well for ya. That's a spicy sausage. Let's give this a stir. Sizzling like crazy. It smells way too good in here right now. Rando, don't come in. Do not come in the house. Holy hex. You sometimes buy ready-made potato leek. Yeah, did you see the brown forming on the bottom? Yes, please. Fry tasty sausage coins and add them into the soup. Yeah, good one, Frank. Pre-made soup, add sausage into that. So we'll keep the middle pieces of the potato together, and we'll cut this separate. I am salivating. It's hard not to. I can smell the cheese crisping up. What? I'm gonna take a quick peek to see the amounts. Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit too now. 270 from 330. Let's see the spice amounts that we need for this. Paprika, cumin, and oregano. We already have fresh thyme in here. Teaspoon of paprika. Oh, I forgot the saffron inside. And then they don't really give ingredient amounts for the oregano and cumin. So about a teaspoon probably. The paprika is gonna add lots of color. I was gonna do a tablespoon of that. Or just a nice spoonful. A little bit more. Cumin next. And I typically toast the cumin seeds myself and then blend them up, so it's really fresh. I don't want the cumin flavor to overpower though, so I'm gonna do a teaspoon only of that. This cumin is quite strong. And then our dried oregano, you could also use fresh. Do just under a tablespoon of that. And I'm gonna throw in a couple of bay leaves as well, just cause we can. It's never a bad thing in soups. Let's stir this up now. Yeah, that's simmered on down. Also watching my timer, 1 minute and 40 seconds left on that. Yummo, hello. So I'll let this cook for a few moments. Do we want to deglaze with a touch of white wine? We do have this option right now before we add any other liquids. I think I might do just a touch. Some Pinot Grigio. This is looking so good, Cookie. I am very excited to see how this turns out. It looks good, but the smell in here is insane. So this is what I just poured in. Pinot Grigio. I find it's nice balanced wine. As far as whites go, it's not too acidic or sweet. And that's what I typically use when cooking. Let that bubble up a bit, and then we should be able to scrape all of the fond off of the bottom, like Red Jaw was saying. Okay, now I'm gonna add in our liter of veggie broth. goodness off of the bottom. Oh no, not the spoon. R.I.P. spoon. I'm just gonna wipe the top with my cloth so we can still use this. R.I.P. Okay, I'm gonna scrape a little bit more because there was still stuff that was stuck. I think we'll need to add a little bit of water, and that's okay. Just to bulk this out, to be able to cover the ribs as well as the chickpeas to simmer. Gotta get those going. Too soon, spoon. Too soon. Okay, that. Next up, smoked pork ribs. Yeah, the spoon just wants to live in there. And I mean, I don't know if we even need all of these. Let's do like that. I'll save a couple because we already have quite a bit of sausage in there too. Okay, I'm gonna let that come up. I'm going to check on the cheesecake. I will be right back. What do bay leaves do for flavor in soup? See them used very often in recipes, but never really asked why. It's a very like earthy and vegetal flavor cookie, maybe even a bit floral. Lord, yeah, Lord of mercy. The ribs were already like pretty much falling off the bone yesterday from the smoker amsan. So yeah, once these are simmered, we'll easily be able to pull the meat off. And then the bones will add some flavor into here too. Okay, BRB, because our timer went off. I still got to wash my hands too. Holy shnikey, she's really coming up, hey? Okay, I'm gonna go grab a little bit of water. I don't think I'll do the full liter. Let's start with 500 milliliters. And then we'll also pour in the dried chickpeas. Doggo, she's like, where did Auntie go? Auntie's leaving me? That is that. Boom. 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 We got our spoon. Okay, gonna bring some of this and this. Dank Memes 03, thank you for the follow. I love chickpeas so much. Another one of my like favorite vegetarian ingredients. Because like they're kind of meaty on their own. They got good fiber and protein. And they're inexpensive, we can say. Like a 4-pound bag cost me $5 yesterday. And we only used 1 pound in this. Oh, we need a little bit more still. a little bit more water. I can't even get over the smell in here though. Let's do that. Give it a stir. There we go. Holy smokes, hey? Look at this. That's definitely got some Spanish looks to it. That. Oh, I still have to grab the saffron. Don't let me forget about that, chat. Hello, Drunk Cookin'. It looks so good, hey? This is our first time making this Spanish soup today, so we're all learning together. And hi, Trev, how are you? I'm doing good today. Thank you as well, DZM1969, for the follow. You turn your nose up at the salad bars that don't have chickpeas in them. Interesting, Frank. Bay leaf is also used in perfumes? All about the terpenes. Yeah, I could see that. And like the fresh bay leaf, fresh picked off of the bush, way different than the dried stuff you find in the store. So let's continue cutting our bite-sized pieces of potato while we wait for this to come up to a simmer. We got 6 more minutes until we check on the cheesecake one more time. It's getting there now. It's starting to brown on top and get cooked through in the center. It's looking good. I think we'll have like just enough pellets to bake it. Terrifying. Absent. Garbanzo complaints already? Please, chat. Yeah, it's been one thing that I've wanted to grow for a long time, Trev, and for whatever reason, they're difficult to find, is bay leaf bushes. Madame, the Zoom meeting ended early because the host was feeling sick, and then when she thought it wasn't live anymore, she told the other host that she had actually been sick in the garbage can. Oh no! And there's still like 20 people there. I mean, we can laugh at it, but also be kind of embarrassed for that person. That's like not a fun thing. Kudos to her for sticking it out too. Because yeah, that can't be enjoyable. Yeah, awkward. So the smaller we cut the potato, the quicker it's gonna cook as well. These sizes that I'm cutting right now should not really take more than 10 minutes to simmer through. If you cut it bigger, it will take longer. Leave that there, give our knife a wipe. Are we done cutting stuff? We might be. Like I said, I still gotta grab the saffron. Got my bench scraper here to transfer our potato. This is slowly coming up, hey? Seeing some bubbles forming. Also, we know that the chickpeas, as they cook, are going to absorb liquid too. But this is supposed to be a soup, not a stew. So we don't want it to get too thick. Because then it's not Sopa de Garbanzo anymore. And you know what I'm gonna do is add just a pinch of salt at this time, because we haven't really added any salt at all. During this cooking process, we did add sausage, and because I didn't make the sausage, always kind of assume that it's gonna be salty. But it is also good to season like halfway through as we're making stuff, not just leave it all to the end. So let that go. Cool, madame. You could go for a potato soup tonight? Yeah. It would be chowder. Chowder de garbanzo. Trev, you made a big batch of chicken soup yesterday. Try to do a soup a week since it only takes 20 minutes in the pressure cooker. Yeah, pressure cooker cuts down the cook time in half. Hello, Mr. Poritz. How have you been? Welcome in. Hubby's gonna be smiling on the inside tonight. Yes, Sama, he's been working hard today. And Lauren, we have not seen Elsie in here yet, madame. I think people are having a busy Friday, and that is a-okay. Okay, 2 more minutes until I check on the cheesecake again. What? She was streaming grooming her horse Remy? That sounds adorable, Bonk. She's on vacation right now back home in New Hampshire. Oh, Lauren. Horses are so amazing. What a creature. What a mysterious creature that one is. Okay, this is about to simmer. I don't want it to really boil, so that's why I'm just keeping my eye on it. Chickpea coffee? Wait, I missed Frank's message. In 1793, ground roasted chickpeas were noted by a German writer as a substitute for coffee in Europe. In the First World War, they were grown for this use in some areas of Germany. They are still sometimes brewed instead of coffee. I have never heard of that before. I'm gonna turn down my light a bit. There we go. So bright. Why is it turning down both? There we go. Perfect. Mish, welcome in, Mish. Good thing Vune already left. Mish says Germans are crazy. I know, I'm married to one. You're issuing a challenge on the chickpea coffee. You're calling BS, Trev. Ponytail guy, no chickpea coffee for you. Wouldn't it just taste like burnt? I mean, I guess coffee tastes like that already. Yeah, Vune knows you love him, it's true. Boba for adults? Oh my gosh. I love boba. Look at these little impurities coming to the surface. Are we gonna have to skim a scum? We learned all about that on our last stream on Sunday. Vune says, pardon? What am I missing? We're heckin' making something delicious today. Back to lurk. Okay, see you. Coffee is one of the rare things that smells better than it tastes. We can also put truffles in that category, I would say. Maybe they mean chicken coffee. Earth girl now. Looks like skimming time. Almost. Just gonna turn this down one more. Timer's going off for Basque Cheesecake, so I'll go check it. May I also say that it's taken way longer than 40 minutes to complete said cheesecake. I think we're already over an hour. The truffle, it has more of an aroma than flavor if you're using the real stuff. Kind of a letdown. It's silly. Yeah, it's silly. Okay, turn that down one more, because like I said, I don't want this to boil, really. That should even it out. All right, I'm going to mute really quick. Hopefully that thing is done. I will be right back. almost there. I set 7 more minutes and that should be it. It's got a bit of jiggle still in the middle. I think a bit too much. So I reset the timer and we'll go check it again. Holy smokies. Oh yeah, oysters. Bigger is not necessarily better. That's for sure, bonk. And oysters taste different from the different coasts as well. Some are more briny, some are more sweet. Yeah, you can really get into it with oysters. And Ponytail Guy, is Canada Thanksgiving similar to USA? Good smelling seasonal food, lots of it. 100%. We did ours, what, 2 weeks ago already now? We did a smoked turkey and all of the fixins as well as pecan pie. Trev, watching this reminds you need to order your chilies. I just reminded myself again that I needed saffron. The elusive saffron.
Oh, yeah.
This is the other thing I'm thinking, is like, why don't we add in the potatoes now? I have not cooked a lot with dried chickpea, so I'm not really sure how long it's gonna take to moisten them through. What, half an hour or so? To get them tender from dry? But I don't want them to fall apart and then we're still cooking the potato. This is my thoughts right now. And Paper City Gamer, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription. Welcome to the kitchen crew. We've had you around for 2 months in a row already. Hopefully we've taught you something in those 2 months. Thanks for sticking around with us. Looking forward to the future. The taters will take like 5-6 minutes. I was thinking max 10, Trev, for the taters. Yeah, max 10 minutes to cook the taters through. Putting in my head that I need saffron and then, ooh, finish up some cafe while we're waiting. And then we need some bowls for serving the soup. It's gonna look really good, I think, served in the black sort of wok bowl. Still waiting for this to simmer a bit more. Should I rock it 1 higher on the heat again? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, that's better. Holy smokes. It's like the air smells very garlicky, but then the aroma coming from this is like all of the herbs that we added, and especially that bay leaf that's sitting right on top. Does this get served with rice? It doesn't. So it has both chickpeas and potato in it, which are pretty heavy and starchy items. I guess you could serve it with rice. That's up to you. Samovar. Yeah, the smell is insane. I don't even know what we're concocting right now. Okay, that seems too high for me though. So now that it's come up, let's dial it back down to 240F. See if this will even out. I've got one other option on this induction. No, I'm good with that simmer. We only really want like 2 or 3 bubble areas coming up. I'll turn the heat up to 900. Too much starch? It could be. Like, this is gonna be very hearty soup. It's got sausage, smoked pork ribs, chickpea, and potato. And then very simple veggies, just onion and garlic. And we got fresh herbs and spices. I am going to fish out a chickpea at this point and just see how far cooked along it is. And then I can determine when we should be adding our potato. Hello? Chickpea? There we go. Hella meat and taters, exactly. Spain loves potatoes. I will say that too. One of my favorite Spanish potato dishes is patatas bravas. Chickpeas are like 75% of the way there, so I think it's actually smart to add the potato. And the flavor in this right now, should not be difficult to dial this in when everything is done. Let's drop this in. What is patatas bravas? So it's fried potatoes that is served with like a roasted garlic sort of tomato sauce. And then you also have an aioli on the side for dipping. Let me just wipe this board first. Clear our potato starch off. Now we can center this. Yeah. Hello. Is that a better view? Maybe. Okay, so stir in our potatoes. Nice. We got a good amount of liquid. Don't think I want it more watery than this or more runny. And then because we added the potatoes, I'll do one more small pinch of salt. Yeah, patatas bravas is so, so good. I've done it before on stream. So there probably is a YouTube upload from our past Twitch VOD if you go and search on our YouTube channel. You can see how I make them. It's really a simple dish though. Stir that in. A little agitation. Yeah, we lucked out. Sam picked up some pork side ribs yesterday after work and smoked those for the 4 of us to have for dinner. We just had ribs and salad. Perfectly filling. And yeah, I couldn't find any ham that looked good at the store yesterday, nor a smoked pork hock. So yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna use up the smoked ribs. Why not? The pellets are okay, Sam. It looks like we have about 30% left right now. Is we're just gonna have enough to bake that cheesecake, I feel. Okay, I'm gonna go check on said cheesecake. The timer went off. Yeah, the ribs were smoked yesterday for 6 hours on the Traeger at 225. I will survive. I will survive. But I don't know about the rest of the weekend, though. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Oh. No, don't worry about it today, then. Don't worry about it today, Sama. Okay, so we're just letting this to come back up to a simmer. I'll go grab the cheesecake. Keep an eye on it for me. Sounds good, Sama. Thank you. It's done. I'm pretty sure with that small jiggle, it's done. The top is not as dark as I expected, but I can smell the sides and the bottom are really nice and caramelized. So now that has to cool. No touching, and don't even look at it. And hi, Scooter, how are ya? Need some entertainment to keep you awake at work? Well, welcome in. Happy to be of entertainment. How is your week going, Scoots? And how's the puppers? Okay, so that's simmering now. I still gotta go grab the saffron. Probably do that while this is simmering along, and then maybe we'll take out the ribs in a little bit and start picking the meat off. Those have got to cool down a touch. We don't want to serve the soup with the rib in the bowl. I mean, I would be okay just serving it to myself, but I wouldn't do that for someone else. Sammy's on his way. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, this is looking so good. And yeah, that cheesecake, I cannot wait. I don't think we'll cut into it until tomorrow, though. Okay, I didn't have any luck finding the saffron. I am kind of sad, but that's fine. I didn't think I used it all up. I'm trying to remember what I even used it in. Kind of confused. But yeah, I couldn't find the little container of the little threads. Let's give this another stir. Nice. Bronchitis is gone. Feeling a bit better. That is good to hear, Bonk. Just gearing up for the first big rainstorm of the season coming this weekend. West Coast is getting hit or what? Okay, so that's just about there. I think in place of the saffron, I'll just do a little bit of the turmeric. I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break while this finishes up. This is also a good way to keep the house warm. Have a pot simmering on the stove at all times. 1 to 1.5 inches of rain there. Level 5 atmospheric river. Wow. So I'm gonna assume that the island in the Canadian West Coast is gonna get hit pretty hard. Okay, I'm just gonna grab a little plate out. We're gonna sneak the ribbies out of here. So that we can pick the meats off. This has gotta taste amazing, right, Redja? It's gotta taste amazing. I will say, just from like the little taste I had of the chickpea, is really nice flavors. That's like the perfect simmer. I wouldn't want it to simmer more aggressive than that, because then you're getting closer to like boiling. Now that I took the ribs out, I can probably turn it down a bit too. Tato, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Eat a tater? Well, you just put them in not long ago, so they're probably a bit raw still. But we can see how they are cooking along. I think that was all the ribs. Yeah, I think I only did about five bones, because we just have so much sausage still. Schnausages. But the potato and chickpea are gonna soak up like all of the flavor from the broth, right? Here. See how this cube is? Let's see. It's like pretty much good. And wow, that tastes delicious. This would be so good in a slow cooker, Torino, for sure. I don't have a slow cooker in my kitchen anymore, just because I never really used it. If I'm gonna do slow cooking, I'm usually streaming it. So we're gonna do it in like a braising pot instead of doing it in a slow cooker. So yeah, I got rid of my slow cooker when we moved. Don't need it anymore. Also could be done in an Instapot if anyone has that. I'm doing it lower and slower, yeah. More time for the flavors to melt. Just make sure you cook it on low heat, right? Okay, should we open this up a touch more? So I'm gonna let those ribs cool off just a touch. This is a good time for me to add just a little bit of some turmeric in here. Sadly, I don't know, I couldn't find the saffron in my spice bin that is like well organized. So we must have used it up at some point, and then I just never put it back on the grocery list. I will say, so far, our meal today didn't really use much dishes. Okay, let's do like a teaspoon of turmeric. And it's not really gonna flavor this mixture. Just give color more than anything. So let's mix that in. Samovar, you made bad spicy Asian soup the other day. Why was it bad? It was just too spicy? Hi, Green Fang. You put it in the fridge, and by the time you tried it again the next day, it was fine. No, you never mentioned it. You never mentioned it. Tell me more, tell me more. Yeah, one good thing about soups, we can call them maybe one pot wonders. Doesn't produce a lot of dishwashing. That's the worst part of cooking. Oh, overpowering curry powder and too much sesame oil. Yeah, if you let stuff sit overnight, it will mellow out. You're lucky though, because those are both pretty powerful flavors. So I can see why the first time you tried it, you're like, whoa, what have I done? We'll just put this away. I'll deal with this tomorrow. But yeah, happy it all turned out, Samovar. Hi, Titan. How are you? Happy Friday. Okay, are these cool enough to touch? Barely. I'm just gonna put some gloves on. Oh, may I also say, the cheesecake is settling in nicely. It's calmed on down. I'm doing good, Titan. The week went by quick, once again. Been busy, but a good busy. How is your head doing, Titan? Holy, the layer of fat on here. Yes, please. Those dang bees. Gotta watch out for those ones. Can't live with them, can't live without them. Oh no, my hand was a bit moist. I can't put the glove on. Chat, send help. I think we gotta start over. I think it's just this glove. I got nothing. F it. I'm going one glove. It's the price you pay so others can eat. Exactly. Thank you for your services. This is gonna be so good, Green Fang. So good. So yeah, now that I tasted the potato, and those are already pretty tender, I just turned it down. So you don't have to really simmer it anymore, as the thing should not fall apart. Wow, look at that. Just falling right off the bone. And then as we pick this, break up the pieces of rib into here. Kind of watch for any of the connective bits that we don't want to put into this soup, as well as some cartilage pieces. Ah, yeah, blow into the glove. Good one, Flood City. I don't know why, but that's never been a thing for me. Even if the hands are damp. I've had like some sweaty palm things going on lately. I don't know what that is about. It's been kind of annoying though. I can't wait for that day, Titan. One of these days, you'll eat some Kate and Sammy cooking. Yup. It'll be worth the bonk on the head. Yeah, this part of the rib, just like juice city, even after simmering in the soup, it's still juicing. Yeah, the mobile commissary. Would say that'll be up and running next year. That's our aim. Is because of like COVID and stuff still, is we don't want to set a timeline at all and then get disappointed if we can't get certain things that are needed for said truck build. So yeah, we're just gonna take it slow, make sure we do everything right the first time, and then that way when we do plan to get on the road, is we won't run into any problems, because that wouldn't be very enjoyable. Oh no, we dropped the ribbon. Please, rib. Control yourself. The rib is like, I'll just live here for now. You can't take the rib out of the soup. Yeah, the only real thing I've had, probably not even proper Santa Maria style, was in 2019 when we went to TwitchCon and stayed in Oceanside and went to the night market. They had a vendor there cooking up the tri-tip sandwiches right over the charcoal. But I don't think he made it with enough love. It was kind of lackluster. Shake the beehives a bit and then tell Sammy to go check on them. We have actually done in the restaurant that we met in, it's called the Glass House Bistro, our chef at the time was getting into beekeeping, so he offered to take us out. So yeah, each of us went out and did a little bit of beekeeping with them, suited up. It was really fun. Kind of helped my fear of bees after that. Yeah, had the tri-tip, but not with the proper coast red oak. Exactly. Look at the way that this meat just falling apart. This was a good call. Screw ham. We just use ribs. Giggity. Take that out. What else is like a Santa Maria barbecue, Bonk? Don't waste any of that good meats either. Okay. We did it. Yeah, the ribs. Smoky layer of goodness. 3 hours in the smoker. All right, just gonna go wash up real quick. We'll stir this in and then maybe season it up and then we can taste. Piquinto beans. Never heard of that. I'm intrigued. I really like beans and pulses, as you can tell by what we're making today. Pinquinto beans. Interesting. Yeah, I was like, pinto bean? I feel like they might use that red jaw and then maybe something else with it. Whoa. See how much color the turmeric added? The potatoes really absorbed it. They're so yellow now. Oh, this is definitely still like soup consistency. If it was stew, the liquid and broth would be a lot more thick, right? And I mean, if we did cook this down and the potatoes and chickpeas started breaking apart, that would definitely thicken this up and turn it into a stew. Let me grab a spoon and see how this turned out. This is insane, Vune. I can't believe I've never heard of this or made it before. So I'm gonna go for hopefully getting a potato and chickpea together. See how both of those are. And then we'll just need a bit of salt, I'm sure. It's a pink bean the vaqueros used when doing cookouts there. Oh, is it all pink, Bonk, or is it like spotted pink? There's so many different varieties of beans and some of them are really beautiful looking. That seasoning is pretty dialed in. Both the chickpea and potato, perfectly tender. And I like the chickpea. It has a nice little pop to it still. It's not just like melting away in your mouth. Daff, you can't like garbanzos. It's you. At least you know it's you. And not them. Whoa, looks good, bonk. Bacon and ham? Mmm. Yes, please. Thank you for sharing that, bonk. Yeah, no mushy stuff in here, right? Yeah, who watched Dune? I know y'all were having a good Dune chat in our Discord. I have not. And if I'm being honest, never even heard of said movie, book, etc. until Dust talked about it the other day. So I will have to catch myself up on that. I really want to watch the old movie first. And maybe read the book, exactly. I need more nerd, totally. This is what I get for growing up playing sports, not video games. Okay, move the fat away so we can get an accurate flavor taste here. The old Dune movie is a true classic. We'll see if we can download it this weekend. I really want to watch it. I was gonna say, at first when I watched the trailer, I thought it was something coming from Star Wars. And then Sam's like, this is not Star Wars, Kate. I was like, oh. I don't have to add any salt. So the couple of times that we added salt as this was cooking, this is perfectly seasoned right now. And we know everything is cooked through. No excuse, Scooter, you did both. Whoa. Oh, that came fast. Thanks, Bran. What? Look at this. Some more Cambro pieces. I think this is our, we got a pizza dough tray this time around from Cambro as a bonus because they loved our post so much. And we'll open that up after we taste. I'm excited to check it out. Okay, let's grab a couple bowls, a ladle. I am so happy with how this turned out, and wow, was this easy to make. And I'm also glad that we kind of did our own processes of cooking this, as I think it turned out a lot better than what they originally said to do in the recipe. Is they said to start the meat, onion, and garlic in water just on its own and let that simmer. I was like, wait, we're not sauteing anything? Big ladle. Hi. Are you ready for serving? Doggo is so ready. She's just standing here beside me. Are you ready? We've worked hard on this. Oh. So we'll get good hearty mixture first. Look at that. Hello. This can't be bad for you. I mean, I know there's a pretty hefty fat layer on there, but we're not eating all of that fat. Perfect weather for soups and stews. That's a fact. And this is just like meat, potatoes, and chickpeas, so very hearty. We'll do something like that to start. I love how that turned out. And yeah, just that little teaspoon of turmeric really made the colors pop. Yeah, right, Torino. I mean, I didn't opt for any bread today just because I know we were gonna have some cheesecake. But yeah, getting some crusty bread with this. Maybe Samuel is gonna bring some bread home. I guess we'll see. And I'm hoping that the sausages that we used added a nice flavor on their own as well. And that is true too, Redja. It's like, without fat, is you will die. A lot of people don't realize that you do need a small amount of fat in your life. Same with salt. I'm gonna top these up just a bit. There we go. This is the kind of soup that Baba would make the family back on the farm, so Dido and your uncles. It's funny that you call yours Dido, where mine was Guido, G-I-D-O. And yes, they didn't get cold. Okay, I'm gonna bring Rando his bowl. I will be back momentarily and then we'll test this out. So far, just from our couple of spoonfuls, insane. Oh, I should also mute this because I don't think my mic will reach and I don't wanna static you out. And we got a Sama that just rolled in too. Okay, just clearing the area so I can move the induction off while we taste. And I guess we can turn it off too. Yeah, Dido or Guido. So cute. Whoa. It's like, this is all we made? Samovar is a fancy metal Russian teapot? What? Okay, photos for the gram. Let me just wipe my lens here. I do have bread. It is quite crusty and stale, but we do have some bread. Let's redo this. Really love how that looks. Okay. It looks so incredible. I was gonna say, Mo and Delon, I see you're branching out into cooking. Will you be back doing the Lego? We only do Lego when we need to fill in the time. And yeah, we just finished up the bonsai tree. I don't have any other sets that I plan on building anytime soon. First bite, we're going in. Ooh. Ports, you'd put a dollop of yogurt or what is smetana? Mish, you're crusty and stale today, Mish. Is that because Dust isn't here? Yeah, ex-pro Lego streamer, that's me. Oh, and hi, Mickey. Hi, Mickey, how are you? I'm letting this cool off too before I burn my mouth when we taste. Okay. Spicy sausage bite. That is so good. Hearty, filling, it doesn't feel heavy. I don't know why. Such a nice, tasty broth. It's smoky, a little bit spicy from the hot Italian sausage. And then we bulked it out with just some red pepper Asiago sausage. So not every sausage bite is gonna be a punch of flavor in your face. It's a type of sour cream. Smetana, get into it, Torino. You're our new dairy creator here. Like a Spanish version of minestrone. Almost, hey? Sopa de Garbanzo. Mickey, you're having some heavy rain there today. Stay safe out there and dry. What? My hand was shaking so bad? That's the vodka drinking when the stream is off. In my water bottle? Yeah, big time. If you spent any time around the stream, you would know that I hate vodka. That was the red pepper Asiago sausage. It's really nice and creamy and sweet. Try a ribby piece with the broth. Almost every bite tastes different. I like that. It's like you don't get sick of eating it. Garbanzo's delicious. Made another Lancashire hot pot. I've never done that before, Mickey. I should try that. The ribs are like buttery, melting in your mouth. Wow. Wow. So yeah, I know this is traditionally not served with any sort of creamy garnish, like you guys are talking about creme fraiche or sour cream. It would be yummy though, for sure. It's just not traditional. And there's no okra. This is Spanish food. If you want to make this for yourself, save that recipe. Very, very nice. Mickey, Lancashire hot pot, minced meat, chopped potatoes, and onions with gravy in it. That would be good. Yeah, save your sour cream and creme fraiche for borscht, a beet soup. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Big time flavor. Okay. And then our other item we made today, but I don't think we can cut into it, has to rest a bit more, is our cheesecake. Just taking a peek though, the way that it settled on back down into the baking pan, like it did rise to a little bit above the pan. You can see kind of on the parchment there where it's a lot lighter in color. So literal burnt cheesecake. It didn't get super, super dark. I think next time if I do make it, I'll turn the Traeger up a touch higher than 400F, which the recipe said. Maybe like 415, just to get it a bit darker and caramelized, but doesn't seem like it's stuck at all into the pan. So yeah, we'll get into cutting this tomorrow. Is if you try and cut cheesecake and it's still too warm and soft, is it's just gonna kind of mush out. Yeah, it's not burnt though, so a bit of a fail. Just light the top on fire. I mean, I guess we could use a torch to kind of burn it, but I don't like that flavor from the like gas butane. Burn it, just light it on fire. Dead. Want to know the difference between a soup and a soup? I'm in. Is it served as is or with toppings? Just as is, Chase. Just as is. And yeah, that recipe is linked as well. It was invented in or at a small pincho bar in San Sebastian in Spain, where it's known as tarta de queso. So literally like a tart of cheese. You met a gamer on Destiny, his name was Soup. Yeah, go make some soup, Torino. Soak your chickpeas. I'm having a couple more bites. It's okay. I thought this was a trick question, Mr. Poritz. What's the difference between a soup and a stew? Nice. I even finished before Bonk had to go for work. Be off by 11:30 to pick up a friend for a tattoo. Okay, sounds good, Bonk. Yeah, that's the Sammy reaction I wanted.
Woo!
Have a good day at work, Bonk. Thanks for hanging out with us while you had the
Bonk.
time.
I brought Caitlin a treat.
What?
Caitlin gets a treat.
This is a treat?
A treat?
What is this treat? We have had some lunch.
Oh, what's this?
Oh yeah, we still have to open our pizza pan. That does not take long to come. Oh, we were just talking about lighting and burning stuff. Lighting stuff on fire and burning it. This is the cutest little creme brulee in a container ever. Kind of like sad looking, but I'm sure it's gonna be delish. Cannolis. I like cannolis. Astra, you need a treat too? Just have some spoons out of this if you're not super hungry right now. I gave her a little lick of the cheesecake spoon earlier and she loved it. That is heckin' good, hey? A glitter bomb, imagine. And yeah, we'll cut the cheesecakes tomorrow. So awesome. This is very satisfying though. Okay, we just gotta open this. Look at all. I love how many stickers this needs to get to Canada. I was gonna say, you wanna see me mad, Torino? Do that. I do have some sour cream. I don't know if I wanna try that with the stew, just because of the cheesecake. I'm trying to do not so much dairy right now. But I think it would be really, really amazing. Just add a bit of creaminess to it. And because of the sour cream, won't be as heavy. I think they actually opened this for customs. Because the one side of the box was already opened. Oh, what? Look at this. So everyone knows how much we enjoy pizza around here and make pizzas. This was our special something from Cambro this month, and we have a little bit more coming too. Actually, just they are getting branded for us. So yeah, if I lift this up, this is also very large. So meant for proofing your pizza dough in here. So you put all your dough balls in, and then this is just the lid that you pop on. Good to go. Yeah, a dough case, exactly. These are not cheap, so yeah, very excited to have this. And then all you do, if you want more, is they all just stack neatly on top of each other. A quick example is when Sam and I were working in Vancouver at the brew pub, is we had a wood-fired pizza oven there, made a lot of pizza. I think we had a stack of, like it went to about here, from the floor up of the pizza dough trays that would be full of dough. And we would do 12 dough balls per pan. So yeah, I think on the daily we would have like 150 dough balls. Do they make branding containers? Yep, Torino. They make all sorts of containers. Sam took my one thing that I was gonna show you, but they make a bunch of different sizes of this type of container. This one is small, it's only about 3.5 liters, but they go all the way up to 20 liters in this size with a lid. I can inquire with my rep that I've been working with to see if we can get a percentage for our viewers if you guys want to invest in that stuff. Here's this site, Torino. It's called Cambro. If you use the pans, you got to get one of the slotted carryalls. The case is easier. I don't know if I know what you're talking about, Daff. And yeah, clearly we have to make more pizzas now. Cannot even use that dough box until we have the brand new fridge. That won't even, I would have to chop that in half lengthwise to get that to fit into the current fridge situation. Still no word on the replacement fridge that we're waiting on, so I don't know. I got nothing. But yeah, we got that. And then the next thing that we're waiting on is they do personalized, if you know what like the cafeteria trays look like, or deli trays, is I got it like a smooth kind of finish on it, and then we're putting our logo on there. So I thought that would be really awesome to use on stream. Make Sammy try it with the sour cream. I can go grab the sour cream really quick if you want me to do it. I can just do a touch. That's allowed. You guys want to see? Got some sour cream lovers in here. Just I have to mute to go grab it, so I'll be right back. Why don't we put you on this view instead for now? Because that would probably like mellow it out. My mixer got caught on my keyboard when I unmuted it. It didn't go up all the way, sorry. Hello, Kate. Not if you can hear me. Dead. Blue Feather, how are you doing? And thanks so much for coming in with the kind words. So adorable. Okay. This one's for you, chat. You talked me into it. It definitely mellowed out the flavor. For sure the spicy bits too. Don't mix it. Why would you put the sour cream in and not mix it? I'm so confused right now. So you just like eat the blob? I don't know. Hi, Game Brain. How are you? Just melt it in casually. Well, no one said anything about a casual sour cream blob. Casual Fridays. Here we go. Yeah, kind words into bad words. You're eating our souls? Oh my gosh. Blue Feather, I've never seen this side of you before. Okay, it's good with the sour cream, but I feel like it dulls down the flavor a bit. So we would have to almost add like extra seasoning. I liked it better without, but that's just me. It's not bad. I just like it more brothy than creamy. Yeah, stream's getting intense right now, Chase. Sour cream crimes and literal threats to our life. Oh, thank you so much, Game Brain. I'm so happy that you've been enjoying my new YouTube uploads. I've been putting a lot of effort into that on my days off. So thank you for noticing that. And yeah, after this stream, I'll be starting to edit up the next one. Now that you have a job, congrats. Okay, so Sammy, is BB still on? Said we wanted to go raid him. Very nice stream today. Oh, you just do exclamation mark YouTube instead of the at. Exactly. You got it.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yep.
Okay. We get to live, chat. Phew. Thanks, Blue Feather. Thank you. Okay, setting this raid up. We're gonna go raid another food and drink streamer. Keep this deliciousness going. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Z. BB Bubs. Boom. Okay, I got a garlic burp. Excuse me. Belch of approval for the chef. Thank you. I am very happy with how this turned out today. I know that we inspired you guys to make this for yourself. Everyone was going nuts over it. So that's with sour cream. And then here's the base without sour cream. There's so much leftovers. Very hearty soup. And probably gonna get better as it sits overnight. Yep. What? What do you need? Talk to me. Yeah, thank you, friends. So thanks, friends, for hanging out with us today. Made some delicious Spanish food. We will get into our Basque cheesecake come tomorrow. We'll let it cool off completely overnight in the fridge, and then we'll cut it into it first thing on stream. Taste it all together, and then going down tomorrow, insane food. A Canadian roast beef poutine inside of a giant Yorkshire pudding for one of our viewers, Blondie. Requested that with his pots and pans points for a redemption. It's gonna be fun, maybe a little bit stressful, but we'll learn a lot. So hope to see you then, 11 a.m. Pacific. Other than that, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye!
Bye!